Well, to kickstart our conversation on the subject matter, National Association of Resident Doctors strike issues in contention. Here are views of some Nigerians with our correspondent, Kunle Adeyeye.
What they did, leaving the hospital empty, just like that, for people to, come and they will not see any doctor to treat them, is really bad. At least they took oath that women lives are more better. They will put it first before any other thing. So they need to at least put 1 or 2 doctors to work in the hospital and make lives better.
I want the doctors to do their work properly, because sometimes some of them are not just being considerate, they don't know how to talk or some other stuff like that, but some are really trying, so they can balance it up.
Issue is that government is trying on their own end, but the doctors too have to have some little consideration. It's not easy. They should stop comparing, Canada, the doctors in Canada, doctors in US. No, everybody get their own problem. What I know is this: doctors in Nigeria are the most well taken care of among all professionals. This one is certain. So if there is any little thing or disagreement between them and government, they should not immediately abandon job and say, oh, people are already suffering it.
I think government should answer them before embarking on strike, knowing what they signed for, that they signed to save life. For them to go on strike, it must be that they have been pushed to the extreme.
I know that doctors actually made a pledge to save lives, and that is their work. Even though I feel that obviously should have its own kind of level before the money. Yes, I understand that. But then again, they have family to feed, they have bills to pay. So, in my own opinion, I feel they should kind of be lenient.
The government should call the doctor for negotiation. They will have to have a round table discussion on issues and way out to resolve these doctors being on strike, because it's a threat to life. Doctors they are in short, health is wealth. For our country, we are saying that we are a developing country, although we've not developed yet. But the most important thing we have to look into is our health system.
All right, you've heard their views. Nigerians there expressing their own side to the story of incessant strike action, of course, from the health sector. We are ready to start our conversation. Let me quickly introduce our guest joining us right here in the studio. Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, is right here with us. Honorable Minister, thank you very much as always for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank
also
you.
with us here is the Honorable Minister of State for Health, Senator Olorunnibe Mamora. Always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me.
How is PTF doing?
Great.
You have new modified mandate now.
Yes.
All right.
It's now
that's
Presidential
great.
Steering Committee.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We also have in the studio this morning the National President, Association of Resident Doctors, Dr. Uyilawa Okwuahesue. Welcome to Good Morning Nigeria. I don't know whether I've said it right. Clear, you're laughing.
I knew you were going to fall on that. But we will leave him. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. We also have Dr. Phyllis Ekpe, Secretary General, Nigerian Medical Association. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay, let's get that one cleared. The name theme, please. Pronounce it for me.
No. He will do it for us. Yes, because we tried. In fact, we were schooled. We had to take lessons in trying to call his names. Not even the best of broadcasters now will be able to pronounce your name, but it will be good.
I abbreviate the name. Uyi, which is the last one. The answer is too.
Yes, Uyi.
Okay.
Uyi. So we just keep it for short. Uyi for short.
Uyi.
Yes. Please go ahead then.
Good morning, gentlemen. Let's get started and then see where we could get in the next 1.5 hours. The doctors are on strike, and it's a strike, that is, taking toll on the Nigerians, talking about health. We've heard what the Nigerians have said about the strike action, and that's not only to say that that's the only one so far. There are so many as we read in the newspapers and the rest of them. But the health issue, the health thing is the most important, because health, they say, is wealth. And without health, a healthy nation begets, a healthy people begets a healthy nation. So, let me start from Dr. Uye. What's the burning contention? Why must you go on strike?
Very much. It's quite painful that a recurring strike in the health sector have been on for over 5 years. And we have tried to appeal to government on finding ways, lasting solutions to the problems in the health sector. It's not the first time we are going on a strike, but however, the communique we wrote down have been recurring issues, starting from the health insurance, the 5,000 paid for hazard allowance, the medical resident training fund. Those are things we have discussed with government over the years. And it happens to come back again when the interns have not been paid for 4 months, or when they are paid staggered amount of money, ranging from 66,000 naira to 36,000 naira. And you ask us, why are we on strike? We're on strike because the house officers, the residents under the Gift Mix platform, have not been paid for 4 months. And they have loved ones, have school fees to pay, have rent to pay, and they are not able to afford it. Those are the things we're asking and the questions we are asking government. Inefficiency oath, where, like what they said earlier, is broken down into 4 parts. There's responsibility to the patients, responsibility to the society, responsibility to our colleagues, and responsibility to ourselves. If we are not sound mentally, physically, financially, and morally, I guess you don't know how we'll be able to give the best treatment to a patient, to our society, to our colleagues, and to ourselves. So we're asking for legitimate demands. Pay the house officers their remunerations. Pay the members on Gift Mix their remunerations. Give us a better hazard allowance. Those are tell you that for around December and January, I sent a text message to my honorable respected Minister of Labour, telling him that the house officers issue is going to be a problem. I also sent a message to the health ministry, telling them that their interns, they have not been paid for 1 month then. These are things that could cause crisis in the nation. And I pleaded with him to help us find a way to get them paid. I know he is also working on other issues, which I must give him, applaud him for. But these are sensitive issues when you know that people are hungry, they cannot serve their basic things in life. They cannot afford to pay their rents, cannot go to make their children go to school. And you think they won't be angry. For the first time in Nigeria, I've seen doctors go to the streets and beg and telling people that they have not been paid. We are honorable people and we should remain honorable. And these are the small questions I'm asking. How long can they stay without being paid their salaries?
Thank you, Dr. Uye. Thank you for your opening remarks. But I'd like to start from this level. I'm sure we all watched, the contributions of Nigerians in the earlier reports we played. Dr. Ekpe, I'm throwing this question to you. What exactly, do the response of our respondents, the contributions, do they resonate with the Hippocratic oath which doctors, had to sign? And at one point, do doctors expected to renege on that oath?
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here once again. Before I answer your question, I would like to make some certain comments. Today is World Health Day, 7th of April. Building a healthier nation and building a fairer health and a healthier nation. The persons here today are colleague doctors, members of Nigerian Medical Association, who have been in Nigerian politics for years. I mean, a past governor, a past senator, a current minister of the Federal Republic of this country. The other colleague has been a commissioner of health, has been a senator, and also a minister of the Federal Republic of this country. And we are all on the same page. They are all my members. They are members of Nigerian Medical Association. They are only there temporarily. And so they understand these issues very well. The point is that NMA and doctors do not necessarily want to go on strike. It's a last resort, like it was duly mentioned. Quite a lot of times. If there are...
Sorry, how do you feel listening to those Nigerians? I want to hear how you feel as a doctor, listening to Nigerians about the impact of, the locked down medical facilities. How do you feel? And then related, does it resonate with that oath? I have two questions there.
You see, it's very painful to hear them say that. But you heard the NAT president clearly stated, there are two ways to look at it. How do I feel when I'm healthy, when I'm strong, when I'm not hungry? How do I feel when I'm hungry, when I can't reason, when I can't think? There are just two ways to look at it. So, yes, I understand the plight of Nigerians. I must say Nigerian. I mean, I have parents, I have relatives who need to be taken care of at health level. But, we need to come together. We need to negotiate. We need to work it out. We shouldn't allow ourselves to get to the point of strike. I don't think that NAD or NMA or even the ministers or Nigerians are jubilating that a session of the health sector is currently on strike. We are not jubilating. We are not happy. We feel the pains. But at the same time, are we going to go with empty stomach back to work? I mean, we're already here. I even expected that perhaps during the public holiday, we would have shared the public holiday, discuss about this issue, and make sure that we nip it on the bud even before. Because it's a crucial issue. The most important aspect of human is health. If you're not healthy, you cannot function. So it's very, very important. So also, the doctor is human too. The doctor needs to be healthy. And it's stated clearly at the physician's oath there that the doctor needs to take care of himself. Then two is that it's not like not just sat down, jump up and said they're going on strike. I've been part of negotiations with the Honorable Minister of Labour and Employment and also the Honorable Minister of State for Health, especially on issues of COVID-19 allowance, hazard allowance, and all other issues. And quite a lot of times we resolve amicably, signing a memorandum of understanding and all the rest of them. They start implementation and then that's okay, we're happy and we're all going back to work. But in a short while, there is also reneging of the things that are needed to be done. So at the end of the day, it's as if we are just going front and back. I think it is time that we should try to solve this once and for all. The health of Nigerians are very, very important. Very, very important.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, yes.
Let's bring the Honorable Minister of Health, State
for Health.
Yes, to put all this into perspectives. Dr. Mamora, what are the issues?
Well, once again, thank you very much for this opportunity, and I say it's not too late to say happy Easter to everyone. And I want to join my colleague to say congratulations and happy birthday to World Health Organization. Today marks the day that the organization came on stream. Now, you ask certain questions. How does one feel, with the comments out there by the people? And the direct answer is, I don't feel good. But then, the issue is moving forward. Now, I think there are things that we need to understand. Government, on its part, has not just folded its arms as if nothing is happening. No. At every point in time, there has always been this engagement. But as we know, the process, of governance itself is a slow process because of bureaucracy in the system. That's one. The COVID-19 pandemic, of course, is like something just hitting the system and diverting attention to itself. And with the tendency, to leave certain things, tendency, I say, undone. Now, that is not to say that these things are not important. Now, the third thing to say is that some of the issues, they are not necessarily coming from government. Let me give you the example of the issue of payment of medical residency allowance. What did we discover? In the process of handling these issues, our colleagues, resident doctors, did the computation and took this in directly to the Ministry of Finance. Only to discover that some of the people that the names were submitted were not the right people. And they were paid.